Hey guys, it's Jay. Welcome to day 7 of the 100 days of summer, and it being Thursday, something we're going to do all summer long is I'm going to take your questions on Thursday. So I didn't actually ask you for questions, so you didn't really know to send any in, but I wrote some down that people have been private messaging me on Facebook. But starting next week, you can start leaving them right on the page as well. So let's start with Wayne's question, which says, how do you actually eat? I see small forks in your pictures. Great question. One of the things that I do to help control portion size and to help make the meal experience because I eat a cup of food because of surgery, right? As a way of making that seem like a normal length meal, I eat off of a saucer to control size in my eye. That really helps. I've been doing that for a year, and it makes all the difference in the world. You still feel like you have a plate of food. So I have a small bowl, I have a small saucer. I don't eat off regular forks. I eat off cocktail forks, little 3-prong ones. I thought this was the most ludicrous idea when I first heard it, but it really, really works. The second thing it does for me is it helps me make sure that my bites are really small. Taking small bites is been proven to help you eat less in a single sitting. And the second thing that does that as well is honestly chewing your food. You would not believe how many people, especially obese people, just like gulp it down. Like, you really need to take small bites, chew the bites like 30 times, and then a real challenge, and something that I still work on now, is to honestly wait a minute between bites. So from swallow to the next forkful, I try to wait a full minute. And that way, a cup of food really should last me like 15 minutes eating. I struggle with this. This takes me time. I'm a year in, and it's still something that I have trouble with. But there are lessons in there. If you're trying to control your portions, use smaller plates, use smaller forks, use like plastic picnic utensils, stuff like that. That's a great help. The other thing is, if you go to like Walmart or any department store now, you can buy plates that are divided into like 3 sections, so 2 small sections and 1 bigger section. If you treat that so that the 2 small sections are protein and starch, and then the bigger section is always vegetable, it's really going to help you with your portion sizes as well. The second question from Ray says, "You're a very busy guy. Do you ever fail?" Absolutely. And if you watch my weight loss blog over the first year, I fail constantly. And I'm brutally honest about those, with myself and also like online, because there's an accountability in that. My failures are never huge. My failures are never like, a binge for a week, or my failures aren't ever even really like hitting up a drive-thru or falling back into what my real old habits were. My failures, and I take them really personally, are usually when I just break commitments to myself. When I let other people's priorities get ahead of my own. When I fall into old habits of putting my job ahead of myself, or putting a friend's needs ahead of myself, or putting... And these aren't because the job demands it or the friend demands it. It's because I use those things as excuses not to put myself first and not to put the work into putting myself first. And that's something I really didn't understand when I started this. I thought I was sacrificing myself for my family. I thought I was sacrificing myself for my job. I thought I was sacrificing myself for friendships. That's all bullshit. Those were scapegoat answers that I was using to justify how I was treating myself, and really, ultimately, kind of like the laziness of how I was living. Because if you're busy all the time for other people, but that's like being emotionally available and not physically active, it gives you like an excuse to just not get off your ass. And that's absolutely how I was living. But that's a great question, right? Are you as happy as you seem? Dorothy wants to know. I really am. There's a fair question, because I've been really honest about how I used kind of like my personality as a mask when I was really heavy. I was a happy guy when I was heavy, and I was, for a long time, happy in ignorance. But there is a certain detachment that comes with obesity and with all of the mental stuff that comes along with it, about what it takes to get through the day, and just what it takes to go through this world and be physically different. Am I as happy as I seem? I really am. Like, I'm sincerely happy with my choices. I'm sincerely happy with the direction that I'm heading. I'm not satisfied. Those are 2 different things. I'm happy to be on the right course, but I'm not satisfied. And that's why I still attack this thing with as much energy and as much vigor as I do. Like, my ass is on fire, because I'm not satisfied. This is so much better than it was. And I'm not saying physically, but like health-wise, emotionally, mentally, all of that. I'm so much a stronger and better person today than I was when I started this entire thing. But I am constantly aware of the fact that this is a journey for me, and that I'm kind of like mid-run, and every day I wake up and just try to enjoy this for the journey it is and not focus on the destination. That's why you don't hear me talk about the scale so much, and about what my ideal weight is, and about the life I want to live at the end of this. Like, this journey for me is about doing all of those things now. And if you focus on those things and you put in the energy, everything else will take place. I will get the body I want. I will fit into the clothes I want. But those things will not make me who I want to be. I get to do that now. And that's why I seem happy, because I know I'm committed to that process, and I know I'm doing that every day. What motivates you now? That question comes in from Patrick. Great question. And what motivates me now really is, when you go on a road trip and you start seeing signs that you're getting, it's for the first time you drive past a road sign that says like the name of the city you're traveling to, and it's the first indication that like all this time on the road has been paying off and you're actually getting close. That's where I am now. Like, every day I feel like I'm seeing a sign that shows me just how close to my destination I'm getting. There is no doubt I am healthier now than I was. There's no doubt that I have lost an incredible amount of weight. There is no doubt that I am lucky to still have within me the passion and the motivation to do this, the support network through you guys, through my friends, both here in Fredericton and back in Cape Breton. So what motivates me now is the fact that I recognize just how much of a great opportunity and how lucky I am to have like the circumstances around me that I have to keep pushing me forward. I am in this for me. There's no doubt about that. But what motivates me now is an awareness, kind of like a reinvigoration that comes with knowing that you're getting close. And getting the first year under my belt kind of gave me that sense. It's like, a year is a long time to stay passionately committed to something, and I managed to do that, and I'm more proud of that commitment than I am actually about the weight loss that it led to. So, what motivates me now is the fact that I know I can do this. That's absolutely what motivates me now. My confidence is what motivates me now, and that's awesome to me, because that's not a confidence that existed when I started this whole thing. And the final question we'll tackle this week is, any advice for anyone who's on the challenge? I'm going to try to not be philosophical and just be really, really practical with you. My first advice, drink water like it's a job. There is nothing you can do for yourself, better for yourself, than really fuel your body, your digestion, your energy burn, fuel everything you do with water. Be drinking it constantly. When you have the choice between drinking something else and drinking water, drink water. Drink water when you get up. Start your day that way. Drink it before meals. Just constantly be giving yourself. It is fuel for your life. Literally your life. Cell generation depends on it. And we don't think of it like that enough. But it's just a base thing you need to get through the day and be healthy. No matter how unhealthy you are, you will be healthier if you fuel yourself with adequate amounts of water. So drink water like it's your job. The second thing, it's great to have goals. We're in this 100-day challenge, and I'm telling you, document your food, journal it every day, work off a meal plan, only planned eating, be honest about your goals, and then, the one that I'm probably most adamant about is getting outside for 30 minutes of activity a day. And, when you don't do that, you email me, and you're very sad about the fact that you didn't do that, and you want to know if I'm going to kick you out of the challenge. I promise you I'm not going to kick you out of the challenge. You have to be the holder of those consequences, right? So, be on yourself. Be accountable to yourself. You didn't do the half hour today. You only did 15 minutes, whatever it is. Be brutally honest with yourself about how pissed off you are about the fact that you didn't put in the time today. And then make a new deal with yourself. You're doubling up tomorrow. You're going out tonight. You're getting up before the kids tomorrow and putting in the time. Like, the day has more hours in it than you're living right now. And if you start investing in yourself, those hours will be even easier to live in. And believe me, I know that to be true, because I went from being a guy who had, 12, 13 hours in his day every day. And I'm a 16-hour-a-day guy now. And I'm not saying you need to be that, but I can do that, and I can pull off the life that I have and the life that I need and invest in myself and still have the level of energy that I have to get through this. That's not a coincidence. It's because I'm eating right. It's because I'm active. One fuels the other. Start investing in yourself. You'll feel better about the entire commitment to yourself, and you'll just be stronger to make its way through. So, any advice for people on the challenge? Be honest with yourself. Hold yourself to account. Rely on the rest of us to help you get through this. but do this for you and be accountable to yourself. All right, we'll do day 8 tomorrow, and remember, get your questions, and we're going to do this little Q&A every Thursday through the 100-day challenge. And just in case I'm not saying it enough, a sincere thank you to all of you who are doing this. It is so incredibly awesome to know that there are people out there who are looking for a support group to do this with, and that's all this is, guys. So I'm never going to kick you out of the challenge. You know, people have been asking if I have to pay. For the love of God, no. I just want to do this with you. I want you to do it with me. That's all this is about. So thanks for checking in. We'll see you on Facebook, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.